The morning after we arrived in Santiago de Compostela, we attended the Pilgrim's Mass. The cathedral was closed for construction, so the Mass was held around the corner in a different church. They didn't allow backpacks inside, so we went in one at a time. And Peter was able to complete this man's request to carry his walnut to Santiago. Did you leave your walnut?
I did. I left it at the foot of Christ.
Oh, how nice. We learned there are a lot of impressive churches in Santiago. So this is where we just came from. This beautiful church just behind the cathedral. We revisited the source of our arrival music from the night before. This time, it was a different musician, but just as beautiful. And we're off on a bus heading toward the coast, still exhausted from the day before. Thanks to Google Maps, here is our destination today. That little green dot is the town of Muxía. In English, it looks like Muxía. It's about an hour's drive by car, and by bus, it took us maybe twice as long. Finally getting to the coast was incredible. It was time to relax, regroup, and absorb our Camino journey. We're standing on the northern end of town, and we're looking at the Coast of Death. That name was given because of the large number of shipwrecks that have happened where its rocky shore meets the Atlantic Ocean. We're sitting on top of Mount CORPIño. It was a fun climb that provided an amazing view. So just behind us, creeping, is the tripod and the big lens.
They made it to the coast, and they haven't been thrown in the water yet.
Peter carried it the whole way. It's a lot of close-ups. It's a lot of love. Thank you, Peter. The fishing village of Muxía is behind us, while in front of us,
1, 2, 3.
Wow, is a famous church called Nossa Senhora de Barca, Our Lady of the Boat. Its outside walls date back to the 17th century, but its story began long before Christianity arrived. When it finally did, a legend says the Virgin Mary appeared here on a stone boat to encourage St. James, Santiago, in his efforts to spread Christianity. After his beheading in 44 AD in Jerusalem, St. James's body is believed to have been brought back here by boat and then carried to Santiago. Not far from the church is a massive rock sculpture. Its story begins in 2002 when an oil tanker called the Prestige broke open, spilling thousands of gallons of oil, which then came ashore. It was the largest environmental disaster in Spain. This monument is dedicated to the volunteers who came here to help clean up the coastline. During our 2 days in Muxía, we stayed in an Airbnb. And this was our view in the morning. It was breathtaking. Come on, little guy. In the town square, we heard the music of Colton Ort. Colton carried his guitar throughout his Camino. We also tasted the most delicious churros.
Yay.
Thanks to a food truck parked nearby.
All right, Peter, let's see it. Ooh, churros.
These were followed by seafood. The scallops were as tasty as they are symbolic. And pulpo, this time in a cream sauce with sea urchin. So far, the coast of Spain has exceeded our expectations. With its rich history and incredible views, it's a stop we are so glad we added at the last minute as we make our way to Finisterre.